And it's just a lot, okay? Cost of living is ridiculous. And at this point, like, what the we're built for it, apparently. God feels that we are the strongest set of soldiers in this country. What's up, cookies? Welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Carolyn Gray. I talk about all things in and around fashion. I vlog once a week now, showing you my life in New York as an entrepreneur, content creator, and an adult, even though sometimes I want to resign from it. And today I am doing a fashion news segment. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but so much has gone on in the last couple of weeks / months that we needed to just process and figure out where we stand and where we're going forward with. So I have a couple of different topics that I would like to cover today. Some fun things, some not so fun things, and just things that you should know about. Yes? Yes. Okay. So, all right. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room first and foremost, so we can say that we did it and we don't have to talk about him until further notice. But President Trump, he's coming back. Our ex is coming back to the White House starting January 20th, ironically, MLK Day 2025. And while most of his campaign, we knew some of his policies or some of the things that he wants to implement as president, but mostly it was just concepts of a plan that we were hearing when we asked about his policies. But now that he has become president-elect, we are hearing more and more details about the things that he wants to do, especially on day one, him and his homeboys in the cabinet, right? Yay! So obviously, him being president or anyone being president, we want to just look at their policies in individual level, as a community level, and at a national level, as well as international relationships as well, how it's all going to affect us and connect the dots or not for us, right? One of the things that he was pretty steadfast on was tariffs, though. And that still reigns true for him today after learning that he's going to be our president again. And obviously, considering the content that I cover, fashion is one of the focuses. And him being president, I question, how is that going to impact this industry? While I would love to cover a lot of other sectors of America and how he will impact it, this will be the vein that I will go through for now, okay? So here are the things that are a major concern. And this will have an impact on how brands will import materials to make goods or just import goods already made. And we're talking about clothing, handbags, accessories, and it's either going to be at the cost of the brand that will eat the cost of tariffs, or we as consumers will have to eat the costs and experience price hikes. We already experience price hikes, especially in the luxury sector, between Chanel, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton, who all do price increases throughout the year or at least once a year. This is going to have a major impact on those already set price increases. It may even push them to do more or give them a reason to do more. And I do think that, you know, we shall see the brands that we love and respect so much really make a decision on our behalf. And, you know, do they care about the customers that are able to afford at any price, at any rate, at any increase, or do they still care about their consumers who work a little bit harder to be able to afford these products, especially in the luxury sector? I think that we might be let down by many of them, considering some of the relationships that we see, like thereof the owner of LVMH, who at first didn't have the best relationship with President Trump, but has in later years, throughout the years, have bonded pretty nicely. And even his son was at the president-elect's rally when they found out that he was going to be the president. So that's interesting. Maybe them being so close with the owners of LVMH and Trump, maybe they won't have to pay so much when it comes to tariffs and imports. Maybe we won't see that kind of experience with LVMH brands. Isn't that nice? Maybe they'll be skipped over, or maybe they won't. Who knows? Because we already know how Trump treats his friends and enemies. So anyway, this is going to be a challenge because obviously, who really wants to pay more than what we're seeing for any of these fashion items, whether it's at the lower end, fast end fashion, or whether it's the high end luxury sector. And this is also going to impact our smaller business owners like me, who have to order different resources and tools from overseas at a bulk, and it's cost effective to do so. But now with tariffs being implemented, there was a time where I remember I ordered glass bottles for Noir Bud product that I was making, and the tops to those bottles came out of Shanghai. And I had a choice of either paying a $2,000 import fee to fly it into the States, or to pay an $800 fee to ship it by boat. And I can only imagine what some of these things that I will be needing for my business, how vastly different the price will be once he's in his seat. So it's going to impact smaller business owners way harder than it would impact big box brands, let's be clear. And with that, that's going to give the challenge will be for retailers, big and small, to really continuously rein in the customers that they want to spend money consistently. I think the last year, these brands have seen a significant rollback on people wanting to spend money, because why? A lot of people were holding on to their money until we figured out who was going to be president. I know me and a few other friends, we were holding on to our pockets for dear life and not spending recklessly, or how we normally just do with, because we are shopaholics. We love fashions and we love a good deal. But we were holding back on doing certain things because we just wanted to see what was going to play out. So I can only imagine how people's spending habits will change. Not only that, the inflation, the cost of goods, the cost of groceries were at an all-time high this year, and it was very uncomfortable for people to live within their means. So across the board, not just fashion, so many other sectors where we have to be consumers and spend our money. And then the whole thing about they strike down the rule for Joe Biden to get people to get some premium overtime for the salary workers that work over 40 hours anyway. And it's just a lot. Okay. Cost of living is ridiculous. And at this point, like, what the freak? So that's going to have an impact on retailers, and we have to see who's going to be still standing at the end of his 4-year term, if it is just, in fact, 4 years, or if he's going to be able to elongate his term. So yeah, for those working in the stores, this could definitely be grounds for labor regulations, a rollback on employment, wages and benefits, just because of tariffs. Yes. And yeah, so this is overwhelming. It could be overwhelming for the retail environments, whether it's coming from the production level and importing, coming from producing material and importing, and the prices that we see, and the relations for employees, and the benefits for employees, and the amount of employment from there. We're going to be seeing so many stores that are going to be so short-staffed. They're going to have really bad attitudes. Everyone's just going to have a really nasty experience now. I just had so much more hope for the store level experience in the fashion industry. I don't know, but just in conclusion, ultimately Trump's presidency can have a real effect and kind of redefine the dynamics of the industry in the US, from the store floors to the price tags. And we're not really so sure on how every single thing will really evolve, but it's safe to say that we will have to adapt to a few things. But you know what? After all the trauma that we've been through, I'm sure we can afford another shake up and shake down. We're built for it, apparently. God feels that we are the strongest set of soldiers in this country we can handle anything. And obviously, it being the fashion industry, this is the least of our concerns in comparison to other affairs that President Trump will have an impact on. But I just wanted to discuss it because it was on top of mind when I thought I need to do a fashion news episode. Why wouldn't I include one of the biggest pieces of news that will impact the fashion industry? But now that we talked about it, we can just move on. This would be a big bulk of this episode. But anywho's in. let's talk about Louis Vuitton because, I mean, we just mentioned him being besties with Trump, so why not? But the biggest news with the Louis Vuitton world is their flagship store in New York City on East 57th and 5th Avenue has been shut down for renovations for quite some time. I don't know how long they're going to be there, but it's shut down. And now the outside of the original flagship location looks like a stack of Louis Vuitton cases and trunks. It's actually a sight to see. And during the renovations, the brand has moved its flagship across the street on 6 East 57th Street, literally like you could just walk in a diagonal line and you're there. It's in the old Nike store, if anyone remembers that, multiple levels. And I mean, literally, it's a sight to see. I actually have not been to the store as of yet, but one of my friends actually works at that location. And considering the opening videos and images, it looks beautiful in there. And from what I understand, there's several levels. I feel like I was told there were actually 8 floors, but 5 is exposed to the public. And the ground floor showcases iconic leather goods, obviously, and accessories. The second floor and third floors are dedicated to women's and men's ready-to-wear with exclusive collections, obviously, for the New York flagship. Fourth floor features La Café Louis Vuitton, the brand's first cafe in the U.S., and Les Chocolats Maxime Frederick, a luxury chocolate shop offering unique creations like Vivian-shaped chocolates and artistic bonbons. Now, first of all, Louis Vuitton, don't tell me what a good time with y'all chocolates. Wait a minute, I need to go to this cafe. I want to see this. Wait, this sounds really cute. And the 5th floor apparently houses private lounges and a homeware collection designed for intimate shopping experiences. The exclusive part of Louis Vuitton. So yes, this is really exciting. And I think I'm really excited to try the cafe. Apparently they have even lobster ravioli and things alike. Their desserts have like the Louis Vuitton motifs on it. I feel like this is a luxury experience that we all should have. And I'm excited. So I'm going to call my homegirl and be like, can you book me an appointment with you because I want something from the store? And number 2, I want to go to the cafe, girl. I want some chocolates. I feel like that would be a really good Christmas gift. I'm sorry. I forgot I'm doing fashion news. Let me straighten myself out. But anyway, yeah, so that's cute and new and exciting. And I think it's great that they had it set up for the holidays just in time for all the world that is visiting New York to see if they can get in there. Because even though it seems like a massive location where a lot of people can fit in, it still seems like it will be a little tough to experience at this exclusive level. But we shall see. I will mosey myself on down there for us and I will get a good look. I'll get a good look. We'll get in there, okay? So I want to talk about something that's been brought up a few times and I've seen just in conversation on social media and in the news is like streetwear versus luxury and like bridging the divide. Because at this point, we're seeing a lot of people saying that we're stepping away from streetwear and favoring luxury and the fundamentals of that. But the truth is streetwear has significantly influenced and reshaped luxury sector for the last decade. I mean, streetwear unifies culture, it's exclusive to a certain degree, and it's super innovative. So much that it really has inspired many sectors of the fashion industry as far as design and approach to selling and the types of people that wear it, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end of the day, streetwear fashion aligns just as much with high-end luxury, quiet luxury fashion. I'm not understanding why we're stepping away from it. Are they trying to blend it? I don't know. But I do think that when I think about streetwear, I think about Virgil Abloh's impact on the fashion industry. I mean, obviously, he is one of the pioneers that brought forth a cyclical pattern because fashion is cyclical. We've seen streetwear before in the 80s and 90s with brands like Versace. You know, a lot of these brands were definitely inspired from the streets, from urban areas, from hip hop, even the prisons, okay? And when I say the prisons, I'm talking about the outfits that we would see where boxers were visible above the waist of a pair of jeans. Yeah, even Balenciaga took that design and just sewn in some boxers at the top of the jeans, and that was the look. That was the look. That was a prison look before, but down up theory. That is a down up trickle theory that happens quite often in fashion. But Virgil's impact, he brought it back around. He spun the block for the industry and really created this amazing effect on streetwear luxury fashion. You know, from logomania and hoodies, oversized hoodies, sneakers, graphic tees. We saw an explosion of these types of designs once he became well known and was able to start his own brand Off-White, as well as become the creative director for Louis Vuitton, which I do feel personally he gave Louis Vuitton way more energy and spirit than he could do his own brand. But that happens often whenever someone becomes a creative director and kind of has to step away from their own namesake, right? But his designs didn't just challenge traditional luxury. It built a bridge between the two. And I felt like he was able to help the fashion industry, especially the luxury fashion industry, understand that consumers also look like him, Black and brown people. And those consumers actually have an insane impact on sales per year. I remember being in an internship program at FIT for BRAG, Black Retail Action Group, and we did a case study that summer where we focused on, I think it was 2009 that year, and that by 2010 or 2012, that the Black and brown dollar would account for, I think, $1 trillion in sales in just the fashion industry. And it reigns true, and it continues to reign true. Black and brown people love to spend money on fashion. It just is what it is. We just always have. And without us, you know, I guess it's dry a little bit. I mean, I'm sure these brands still make money outside of the Black and brown dollar, but there's an affluent customer within that space. And also, I feel like he introduced more inclusion for us to be able to feel comfortable going into these luxury stores and spending our hard-earned money. So yeah, when it comes to the urban culture and the haute couture or the high-end fashion, he unified it. He said, no, y'all, we could play nicely, actually. We can inspire each other and work well together. So I think that, you know, we have to think about his impact when it comes to the streetwear section of the fashion industry that they're trying to either phase out or make it seem less unique. And either way you look at it, streetwear and luxury fashion can be both exclusive. So I don't understand why they're trying to fizzle one out. Because if you think about streetwear, like what's that? Supreme, limited drops, things sell out within seconds. You gotta sign up for a Nike lottery that you never get, but Carlos gets it the one time he signs up for one. I'm sorry, I was just a little jealous that he got that lottery, and I have never gotten a Nike lottery. But either way, it creates this madness where people go crazy, and even the resale market is affected by this in a positive way, right? For those that are reselling. But it's just as exclusive, but in a different way. And luxury depends on a scarcity. You know, they don't have as many units of a style. So it's like you have to buy as soon as it hits the runway and put in your pre-order, or you're asked out and you have to wait for it to show up on Vestiaire 10 years later. You know what I mean? So there's still an air of exclusivity and getting on the bandwagon before it sells out mentality on both sides. So, I mean, as fashion evolves, the lines between streetwear and luxury continue to just blur, I guess. High-end brands are adopting streetwear tactics when it comes to their design and even marketing, social media buzz, and also creating experiential in-person shopping experiences with customers too. And that's something that they took out of Streetwear Fashion's book. And conversely, streetwear brands are elevating their way that they approach design, the materials that they use, even tailoring their designs a little bit and their silhouettes a bit more. So it's just interesting how both sides of the spectrum are working now and going somewhere towards the middle. But I do feel that the streetwear division is more like, we're here to stay. We don't have any problems with anyone else. But the quiet luxury division is just like, we want all of it. Get out of here. So we'll see how things pan out. But I just thought it was an interesting topic to discuss because it means something to keep the legacy of people like Virgil Abloh and the impact that they have on the fashion industry. Granted, I will tell you, every time I appreciate and respect his legacy, I was not a consumer of Off-White or certain streetwear designs, but I can tell you, I've always respected the man. He was a very kind human being as well. So just want to put that out there because people might be like, Carol, you ain't never bought Off-White. You're right, I never did. It wasn't my thing, but I respected it. Okay. Walmart is coming for the high income fashion girls. She said, oh, Amazon is doing their thing. I want in too. And you know what? We should have seen it come because collaborating with brands like Eloquii and Bonobos and working with designers like Brandon Maxwell for Scoop Walmart designs, even last Fashion Week, Scoop Walmart had a huge event during Fashion Week right before the Brandon Maxwell Ready to Wear fashion show and within the same building. So we're seeing that Walmart is starting to blend and merge with brands and designers that have an impact on quality luxury fashion, and they want in. And you know what? I think I have a few numbers too. Wait. They even had some celebrity collaborations that were proven highly successful. Like even Sofia Vergara, she had a denim collection with them and apparently attracted a pretty nice chunk of new customers. Like 20% of the sales were from new customers that have just used Walmart.com for the first time. So they're bringing in a new version of consumers. And then 26% being new to its fashion section. And I do think they are implementing a couple of things on their website, like a virtual try-on and stuff like that. But I will be the first to tell you, Walmart, y'all website is actually really messy. And it's kind of hard to navigate, especially for fashion. And it's not that easy to search for certain things. Like if I show my audience, hey, I got this Scoop Walmart mock t-shirt, it's amazing. You put it in the search, nothing comes up that looks like anything. Even if you put Scoop in the search, it don't come up. Like it's not really that easy to use. So if anyone from Walmart is watching this, y'all need to work on the website a little bit more so it makes sense to the fashion people when they're looking to shop on the brand on the website like that. But we're seeing that they're coming for the girls, and their focus on private labels has also paid off. I think they've made about $1 billion in sales, and they have like 14 private brands. Girl, they getting that coin. I'm just telling you right now. So, I mean, their strategy is working and it's leveraging them. And it's going to be interesting because, as we know, like we can shop at Amazon for different things. We could shop at Saks. We can shop at Bergdorf, Bloomingdale's, Macy's. I feel like designer is available on so many platforms now. And that's a really interesting thing because what does that mean for the more exclusive stores like a Bergdorf Goodman? You know, is this the reason why Barney's New York didn't survive? You know, so I wonder, going towards the future, brands like Walmart having the ability to offer quality, fashionable goods at great prices. One of my favorite pair of Gucci sunglasses were sold through Walmart. I don't know if it was directly from Walmart's inventory or warehouse, or if it was with a partner like Farfetch. Farfetch partners up with boutiques around the world where if you place an order through Farfetch, the order goes through them, but the order is filled and sent from a shop in Italy. So I feel like it may be that type of setup for Walmart as well when it comes to certain products on their website. But I mean, really, these brands are expanding. I did hear that Walmart did donate money to Trump. I just want to put that. I'm looking into it, but I'm pretty sure they're on that list. Anyway, Sephora did not. But I just want to bring this up, you know. But Walmart's play for affluent consumers isn't just a marketing gimmick. It's a bold redefinition, which, you know, like I said, how's this going to look for all these other stores that are selling the same things that are supposed to be more exclusive, high-end experience? And then you got Walmart over here talking about, we got the goods, girl, out here in Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm like, what is Target and Kohl's about to do? I feel like they might be shaking in their boots. I'm not going to lie to you. And a couple other things. some recent collabs that I thought would be really cool to tell you guys about, just random ones. Recently, I went to an event for Brooklyn and they have a collaboration with Cool Knitwear Company. Stunning stuff. I got a robe. I love the robe. It's so soft. It feels so boss and plushy. And they got socks. They got cashmere socks. They got little house slippers. And they have their navy stripe one that's really classic, and then they have the cut like a candy colored stripe one. Everything is just so cute, and I figured I'd tell y'all about it because the prices are nice, and I love their towels. Get into it, check it out. Another collaboration that came across, I don't know if it's like a real collaboration, but recently New York City Marathon and Nike had some type of relationship where Nike was hosting running events for marathon runners, preparing for the marathon, and even offering a recovery for them. So I went to an event with The Cut and Nike, and during that event, after we did the workout, which was pretty good, not too crazy, but extensive enough to break a little sweat, make me feel like, oh, I did something with my body. At the end of the event, they had several things down in the communal area that you can test and try that are going to be on the market for next year, that other athletes like Olympic athletes like Sha'Carri Richardson, LeBron James have been trying since earlier this year, one of which were these pair of boots that are basically compression boots. They look like moon boots. They're crazy and they heat up. They have 3 different heat ranges, and I think it's about a 15-minute run through that you feel this compression. They also have this vest that you can put on for runners where it creates either a cool down effect or a warm up effect. Amazing stuff, guys. Amazing stuff. So I'm really excited. And from what I understand, the recovery boots are going to be, I think, under $1,000. But apparently these athletes who we know and love so much, they have been using it throughout the year and they have nothing but the best things to say about this particular product. So I've experienced it. I felt like I was walking on cloud 9 after I did 2 run-throughs with those boots on my feet after working out. And for someone who likes to run as well, I do think it is imperative to have some type of recovery system for your feet, just to make sure that you are always on the up and up. So definitely keep your eye out for that collaboration or those products coming out next year. Another thing that I wanted to point out, our girl Issa Rae has been doing all things fashion, and I'm really impressed by it because at the end of the day, between just her entertainment offering, she has a coffee shop back home in her own community in California that just offers a safe haven for people to work and create and do all the things. And she wants to build up her community and just her Prosecco line. Like, she's just doing all the things. She's recently done a collaboration with a brand called Cash Jewelry, which is also available at Nordstrom. She even incorporated some of her Senegalese heritage in the designs of some of the pieces in the collection. And this was my first time learning about Cast Jewelry as a brand. Very beautiful things, very beautiful pieces. And I thought it was just so cool. She's also working with Stuart Weitzman. Like, I can't, there's several other women that are part of the lead of the Icon Collective for Stuart Weitzman, and she's one of them. I just can't get enough. And when I went to see the debut of her collection with Cash Jewelry, she was wearing a pair of Stuart Weitzman boots on the panel, and that was pretty cool to see because it's like, she's living and vibing through all these collaborations. They're true to her. I think it's really awesome to see, and I just feel like she's a dope woman. And on top of all that, she's going to be receiving the Pandora's Leader of Change Award from the British Fashion Council as well. Like, she's just doing her big thug thizzle, and I'm here for it. And lastly, but definitely not least, there's a collaboration happening with the House of Fear of God by Jerry Lorenzo, one of my favorite brands, okay? He is collaborating with the WNBA and NBA for a multi-year contract with them, and I'm so excited. Apparently, they're dropping something today, November 20th, on the Fear of God website, and then on the NBA website starting November 27th. I just love that. I don't know if it has any affiliation with Adidas because he also, Jerry Lorenzo for Fear of God also has a contract with Adidas. So I don't know if there's going to be a merge of those two things, but we shall see. I just love his approach to fashion. It's very uniform, yes, I know, but it is just so sleek and just aesthetically pleasing. He's an amazing designer, and I just love his approach. And also, his father, I think, was a professional baseball player, number one. His son and twin daughters currently play AAU basketball. So I just feel that his connection to sports in that industry is it's very in depth. And you know, he's part of the Virgil Kanye squad. You know, these men just get fashion in a different way, and I see the lead, and I'm following. I love to see it. So congratulations to Jerry Lorenzo on the NBA multi-year contract, Issa Rae on all the good things that she's doing, and we just love to see it. I also want to tap in with y'all's community to ask y'all a question of who and what are some of your favorite Black-owned businesses and brands? Put it in the comments. I want to do a different video where we're focusing on that so we can just shed a lot more light on that. Because I know I talk about a lot of things within the luxury space, and that is because I'm a large consumer of it. I've always been, and I've also studied within the luxury fashion sector. I've only ever worked in the luxury fashion sector as well when I was working in corporate or within the store. So this is my expertise, so to speak. But I do think that there is an opportunity for us to discuss Black-owned or brown-owned brands that we need to shed more light on, and those that have great quality, great customer service, that just focus on the growth of their community and just opportunities overall. Let's talk about it. So drop the names down below in the comments so we can create a focus video for that. And then lastly, I kind of wanted to talk about the list fashion index for Q4. So the list basically just highlights the brands that are doing really well, and it's 20 slots. And throughout the year, we see these different brands go up and down. And at this point, I'm kind of still shocked because I do feel that the buzziness of Miu Miu has gone down a bit, but they're number one. And they actually moved up since the last quarter. Loewe has moved down from number one into the number two slot. Prada is still there. Saint Laurent number 4, Alaya number 5, and they actually jumped 12 points, which is kind of interesting because their collection during September Fashion Week to me was a little lackluster. But you know, them ballet flats got the girls. I'm telling you what I know. And them Lateco bags, they got the people going. So I get it. Bottega Veneta, you know, it's my favorite. They're ranked at number 6, and they actually lost 1 point of a ranking, which I'm a little offended by because, excuse me. Moving on to Jacquemus, went up 1, and it's also an interesting fact. He's recently opened his store here in New York City, his first location, and they actually have a pop-up in the Nordstrom New York City store. So Mr. Simon is doing his thing, and he's making sure that he's expanding, okay? But a lot of people are saying that they're kind of getting tired of his designs, but I don't see it. I love it. I am not tired of Jacquemus, I'll tell you that much. Gucci went up 2 points and in the number 8 spot. The Row went up 7 spots and secured number 9. It's them jelly shoes. It was them jelly shoes. Valentino went up 1, which is interesting because I don't know who really liked their fashion week for their fashion show for spring 2025. I don't know who liked it, but they got one up. Okay. Versace went down 5 points. It is now at 11. Skims, same place. Skims is ranking. She's a ranking hot brand. Skims is at number 12. Moncler went down 4 points and secured number 13. Ralph Lauren, this is a new entry on the list. And you know what? It's because of that Hampton show. I'm telling you, Granddaddy Ralph Lauren, he said, I'm going to bring y'all back around and understand who I am as a legacy brand. And he sure did. A lot of people really enjoyed his last collection. To be honest, I went into the store recently, the Ralph Lauren mansion, and I was flabbergasted. It is just so regal and chic in there. You just like proud to be an American. Like that is Americana, not American, not American, not American. It is American. Proud to be an American in my Ralph Lauren. Thank you very much from the Bronx. And then moving on to Coach, went up 5 points, ranking at number 15. So it went from 20. I love that for them. Totem is also new on this list, and I'm not mad at her. Totem is really steadfast on their designs. They don't really break the mold too much, but their designs and their clothes work. They just work. I don't know what else to tell you. Their leggings alone, their pajamas that you can wear out and about in the world, their scarf coat. Before the scarf coat was a thing this year, they've been doing it. They said, we knew. We were just waiting for you guys to catch on. So Totem has secured their own spot as number 16 on this list index. For Q3, Balenciaga went down 10 points. And I'm actually surprised because they've created new permanent silhouette accessories that look amazing. Their Rodeo bag is so beautiful, and I still want it in the embossed ostrich color brown. Damn it! But they actually lost some footing. All right, well, I'm sure not a lot of people care because not a lot of people care about Balenciaga since their whole snafu. And 18, Louis Vuitton, and they went down 3 points. We'll see where they stand at the end of Q4. And another new slot, another new brand on the list, Victoria Beckham. I have a bone to pick with Victoria Beckham, actually. Y'all showed some shoes for fall, or was it spring 24, that looked beautiful. They were a platform sandal. Why didn't they get produced? I'm sick of y'all putting things on the runway that y'all don't have no intent to produce. Margiela and Christian Louboutin. Squeeze me. Y'all got some nerve. But yeah, she's on the list now. I love that for her. I love Victoria Beckham. I think, she's a gal's gal. She's a cat's meow. You know what I mean? And then ranking number 20, new entry as well. And I'm actually not surprised at all. I'm actually shocked that it's at number 20 and not higher up on the scale. Chloe's been getting the girls together this year. And you know what? Finally, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Well deserved. And that brings our fashion news episode to a close. Those are the things I really wanted to discuss with you guys. I'm excited for these collabs, these new things on the rise. I'm excited to see what changes are made on the list index for Q4, considering some things have gone down over the last couple of weeks. I will be going to see the New York Flagship Louis Vuitton store. We will be reporting about that in another episode, maybe a vlog. And yeah, we'll just have to hold on to our seats when President Trump gets up in that Oval Office, old dusty ass house. So we'll see. We'll see how things change for us as consumers. I don't know about you, but since he became president-elect, I've been shopping like I'd have nothing to lose. I don't know. I was just self-soothing. How about y'all? Did y'all go down a rabbit hole of retail therapy? Because I definitely did. I didn't go to therapy. I haven't called my therapist at all. He asked me if I was okay. I said maybe, maybe not. And I just clicked add to cart. There will be an unboxing coming soon. But anyway, yeah. And then also we'll keep our eye out on Walmart because she's a fashion girl now. Who would have thunk it? But thank you so much for tuning in, watching all the way through. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you did like this content and us kikiing, I hope you stay and stick around. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of the day and week wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. Bye, cookies.